So why I think you may get COVID, and why for that matter you should get ready before you get COVID. The reasons that I think why you are going to get COVID, Omicron or whatever variant, you are going to get COVID if you haven't already gotten it. Except for a few people, most people are going to get it. So I'm going to explain why I think this way. I'm not here to make you scared. Just want to be upfront with the facts. So the main reason is that the new variant, which is Omicron spreads very fast. In fact, one person that gets Omicron is likely to infect at least 3 people. And for that matter, it is better that you get yourself ready. And the reason why, even though many people who have gotten the COVID shot are still getting the disease, getting COVID and getting Omicron, is that Omicron variant evades the immune system. So previously, the vaccines, and when you also get infected, your body develops immune antibodies that fights the virus by preventing them from attaching to your cell and entering into your cell. But in Omicron, the variant has mutated gene that has produced a new spike protein, which evades the antibody's ability to swallow it up or to destroy it and prevent it from getting into the cell. And that is why even people who are vaccinated are still getting COVID, albeit less severely. You got to make that point clear. Those who get COVID and are already vaccinated, those people get very mild disease compared to the people who are still dying in the hospitals or who are getting admitted in the hospitals who have not been vaccinated. So that is the reason. The second one is that no more shutdowns. No government is shutting down any state or any federal government is shutting down anything, because at this point it is believed that if you really are serious about protecting yourself, you would have gotten the shot. So there's no point in closing the entire economy because Omicron is spreading. So if you really want to protect yourself, they believe that there's provisions out there through the vaccines for you to be protected. And so I don't think they are going to shut down. Unlike in the beginning when there was no vaccine and the only way to prevent people from dying was to get people staying home, preventing them from spreading the disease. So now people are allowed to go to work even after 5 days of getting COVID. While they are even testing positive and able to spread, they are allowed to go out there and infect others. Why? Because it is believed that first of all, it's not as serious because people have been vaccinated. So that's the key there. So if you are not ready, get ready, you will get it. And the question is, are you ready when you get a disease? Because at the rate that Omicron or COVID is spreading, there's 100, I wouldn't say 100%, there's a greater chance that everybody will get it. So having learned that it's almost inevitable, you may be hit with COVID, what do we do? So the first way to see if we can still protect yourself from getting it is to get it, the mask still going. N95 mask, especially those ones approved by the NIOSH, the ones that I linked down below in the description. And then also KN95. KN95 is not as good as the N95, but at least if you can get your hands on the N95, that would be the more to go. And also, if you don't have N95 and you can get any mask, that would be at least better than nothing. So that is the first line of defense, to continue to protect yourself from getting the COVID. The next way is to get yourself vaccinated. If you go to the hospitals and ICUs right now, the people who are dying are people who have not been vaccinated. And the few that have died because even though they were vaccinated, were people who couldn't get the booster and who are well advanced in age or had some underlying conditions there. So get yourself the vaccines, get yourself also boosted. And for those who are boosted, it's also recommended that if you are immunocompromised, meaning you have maybe you have some transplant organ, or you have diabetes, you are well advanced, with heart disease and other diseases, chronic ailments going on, you are also recommended to take a second booster after your first booster. So you are vaccinated, you get boosted 5 months, and then 5 months down the line again, you get a second booster. Those will help you if you come across COVID. It is proven it is worse for people who have not been vaccinated. So get yourself vaccinated and get yourself ready, because it may hit you down the line. And also get yourself some vitamins, vitamin D, especially when you have the COVID itself. So if you have COVID, at that point you need to take about 4,000 units every day. But before COVID, you can just make sure you take enough for your protection. Also, get yourself vitamin C, 500 milligrams or maybe 1,000 milligrams a day, no more than 1,000 milligrams a day, while with COVID or before you get COVID. And also, I would suggest zinc, about 50 milligrams of zinc daily, also before you get COVID and while you have COVID. And then the one that I throw in also is the vitamin B complex, which helps with cellular metabolism and also helps with cellular stress. So especially when you have COVID, it would be good to have B complex on board with more fluids down also when you take B complex. The other thing is magnesium. But on magnesium, I'll be careful with how much you take, because too much will lead to diarrhea, just like vitamin C. So check with your doctor how much magnesium you can take. The other thing is avoid unnecessary or compromising gatherings. Be your own shutdown person. Be the one who shuts down an activity. If a group of people are going to meet for a party and you see that they are not wearing masks, they are not separated themselves in a socially distanced way, you can yourself shut down that activity by not showing up, just because you are protecting yourself. You don't have to rub it in your face, but you got to be smart out there. No government is going to shut down for anybody anymore. So you got to be your own shutdown government. Shut it down when you know it's a compromising situation. If it's not necessary, then you don't have to be there. Gatherings with lots of people in an indoor setting for hours on end, especially when people are not wearing masks. The last one that I will throw in there is get yourself an at-home test kit. You can order some. I'll put a link below in the description, so you can order the at-home test kits from the government, the US, if you're in the United States, from covidtests.gov, covidtests.gov, and you're gonna get 4 sets of tests for free for your family. And what you want to do is, as soon as you come across somebody symptomatic, somebody with symptoms in your family, you test them. That way the rest of the family can isolate and protect themselves. And if you do the same, you test yourself. So you got to get that on board before somebody shows symptoms. You don't wait until somebody's sick before you look out there for it. So order yourself a free kit if you can afford it, or if you can find it anywhere from the government website. So that's it for the things that you can do to meet the COVID challenge, because you are most likely going to meet somebody that's going to be positive. You may not know, most likely get the COVID itself, but you got to ask yourself, are you ready? Get your vaccines. That's the first and most important. Get boosted. All right, thanks for watching. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers.